Yo, what is good? The AFC East Roundtable is officially back, baby. I cannot believe it. It's been way too long. Dan, TD, Master, I missed all three of you guys. It's been way too long. And what the crazy part about this whole thing is a year ago from this moment, I think it was late August, is when this whole thing started off. So I want to thank Dan, TD, Master, for the crazy season it was last year. You guys know what I had to go through as a Jets fan. But I'm so excited to kick it off once again. Shout out to everybody in the chat, to all the Dolphins, Patriots, and all the fans out there, the Bills, of course, the Jets. All you trolls are going to tell me the Jets are going 0-17, 2-15, or whatever. They still suck, whatever. I missed you guys. So continue it. Spam in the chat all you want. Jets Nation, we here. So we're going to start off with Dan Mitchell. How you doing today, man? How you feeling?
Oh, dude, it's crazy to think that a year ago we all put this together. Super excited to be here, man. Super excited. There's certainly a lot to talk about, and I'm even happier that football season's officially back. This entire offseason, bro, I felt like for a while I was just pulling random titles out of my ass. And I'm getting sick of hypothetical videos, man. Like, I'm getting sick of, should the Bills go after this guy, go after this guy? No, fuck that. It's football news now, baby. And here we are. I'm ready to go.
TD, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just getting ready for this Super Bowl. We're about to go on a journey to receive, man. It's just a lovely times for us, man. And we doing great, man.
Master at work. You're the one we missed the most. It's been a while. How you feeling, man?
Trash.
Well, I'm good, back, had a interesting off season. You know what I'm saying? TD won't let me in his fantasy football league because I'm not a Dolphins fan, even though I'm the number one Dolphins hater because he's afraid. He doesn't want the Patriots fan to win the league, but it's okay, TD. It's okay. You're scared. It's all right. I'm back.
That's right. No Patriots allowed.
All right. So we're already getting heated. Today we're going to be talking about training camp because that officially began this week. We got a lot to talk about for all four of our teams. I feel like this is a great time for football to begin. It's been a long time. I feel like between OTAs and rookie minicamp, and then between that July period between training camp, it's just an absolute dead zone. NFL fans are, biting at the bit to see anything related to the NFL. And we're finally here. The AFC East Roundtable will be here every single Wednesday until the end of the season. We're going to be going live on all of our channels. So, guys, if you're not subscribed to all the channels, that is down below in the description. Even if you're not a Bills fan, a Dolphins fan, or a Patriots fan, please go down below, subscribe to all of our channels, because if you're not, we're going to be live on a Wednesday night, and you're going to have no idea, and you're going to miss it, and you're going to comment afterwards like, I missed the AFC's Roundtable. What happened? What I missed? And you got to watch it on replay, which is not the same thing. So, guys, again, make sure you subscribe. And if you enjoy the stream, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Let's get 100 likes for the AFC's Roundtable in the first half hour. That's the first goal. So let's start off with the topic of, our overall thoughts of training camp. What's happening? What's the latest news? Who's, some competition you want to talk about? Are there any, contract issues? Some people demanding trades. What's going on?
Quarterbacks not showing up.
So Dan, starting off with you. You're muted, Dan.
Well, that sounded the best that he would do anyway.
Oh, my God. All right. So, honestly, what I've seen so far, like everybody knows, the main story around training camp going into everything was the Cole Beasley situation about the whole vaccination. And that's really what all of the prior press conferences were about today. They were pinning Brandon Beane with a bunch of questions about vaccination purposes with everybody. And Cole Beasley finally ended up making his statement yet again. He definitely had no share or no less of a statement on Twitter for the past couple of months, but he essentially nipped it in the butt. He's doubling down and he's not getting vaccinated. But at the end of the day, all I really care about is football. And I want to see our team go out there and play and make moves into which that we can. There's a couple of players on the COVID list as of now. We have Deion Dawkins and then another offensive lineman, Ike Bodiger, who is on the COVID-19 list, one of which is vaccinated, one of which is not. So they're going through the protocol at this point. I'm really hoping that we don't get any huge issue when it comes down into a widespread sort of passages from once it comes through. But that's really all that's been going on today. As far as practice is concerned, it sounds like that the offense is really starting to mesh. Looks like Josh Allen is trying to gain a lot of chemistry with Emmanuel Sanders, who is going to be John Brown's replacement going in this year. And while And so while there wasn't any pads in practice today, when it comes down into the defensive line, reports have been saying that the overall look of our defensive line looks a lot bigger, a lot taller, and I'm really excited to see how they progress throughout the rest of camp.
Awesome to hear, Dan. Shout out to my guy, James. Thank you for tuning in, brother. TD, what's going on out of the Miami Dolphins? We know the big talk is Xavier Howard demanding a trade. He's not happy. He wants to be the highest paid cornerback on the team, and he's not that, and he's leads the NFL in interceptions since 2018. So he has a right, but at the same time, it's pretty interesting timing. So you want to give us your thoughts of the whole Xavier Howard situation and the overall situation when it comes to Miami Dolphins training camp?
First of all, he doesn't have a right. Okay, just to let y'all in on this contract situation so y'all can better understand it. Basically, 2 years ago, they made X the highest paid corner in the NFL, giving him an average of $15 million a year. Now, the market was reset shortly after that. Okay, so a few other guys got their contract right after him, but he was the highest paid corner 2 years ago. Now, remember, 2 years ago, he had out of 4 seasons, he had only given us one healthy season. He had gotten in the hurt, got illegal issues and all type of stuff. So, honestly, I thought the $15 million was an overpay with the concerns. And then after we gave him the $15 million, he comes in 2019, plays 5 games and gets hurt again and sits the rest of the season. But then we finally get him back last year, a full season, and he puts up a monster year, and all of a sudden he's underpaid off of 1 year. See, that's the narrative that's going on out here, but that's what's really happening with the Xavier Howard situation. And the way that we structure his contract, it was a beautiful contract because he has no guarantees after this year, and that's really what he's not happy about, the guarantees, and he wants a little more money. So at the end of the day, we're just waiting on the highest bidder because you know why? They built the team to prepare for this moment anyway, okay? They brought in Javon Holland. The year before, they drafted Noah Igbenogany in the first round. The same year, they brought in Byron Jones. So we were prepared for this to happen. We were just hoping that it happened next year. So we built our roster. Our pass rush is going to be better. The front seven. This is what we were prepared for, so we're not even worried about it. Outside of that, everything else is going beautiful in camp. We have depth galore, and it looks like we're Super Bowl bound, guys.
All right, TD, I love the take. Master, how you doing, man? How's the Patriots training camp going? What's the quarterback situation looking like? Who do you think is going to start week 1? Overall thoughts.
I mean, it's going pretty good. I mean, Mac Jones was the first one in training camp or whatever on the field, just like Brady was. Cam Newton's doing what Cam Newton does, dancing, acting a fool, doesn't throwing the ball over people's heads like he usually does. From the reports from day one, because today was our first day of training camp, Mac Jones looks amazing. Stidham apparently is on a PUP list, so they're going to end up. They said he's not going to be back for a while, so I think he's going to get cut. So I think we're going to hold probably maybe Cam Newton and Mac Jones on the roster along with Brian Hoyer. That's the only position that I really care about because the rest of our roster is pretty much stacked to the brim. So, like I said, first day of training camp, there's not really much to talk about.
I guess there's not that much to talk about.
He's gone. He gone.
Master. All right, we'll give Master a couple seconds to reload. Master?
Yeah, bro.
I told you he got that Patriot internet.
What's going on over there?
Yeah, that's my bad.
Are you still overseas?
Did you hear what I had to say?
Oh, yeah, I did. But you can continue.
Okay, cool.
If you didn't finish. Or did you finish?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's what's going on in Miami, Buffalo, New England world. Now I'm sure you guys want to hear what's going on with the New York Jets because this is indeed on Jets media. So the big talk of Jets training camp is Zach Wilson and the New York Jets have yet to sign the contract, and it's very frustrating. For those guys that remember, the same exact situation happened with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold did not ink up his contract, and he missed the first 3 practices of his rookie campaign. Now it looks like the same thing's happening. And no, it's not Zach Wilson not showing up to camp. It's not the GM. I really think it stems down to the organization, the ownership. I just don't understand. It's all about offset language, whatever the hell that means. It's a very complex situation that's so annoying to even talk about. It like protects a player or organization from in case they get cut in 3 or 4 years down the line. It's like financial stuff, but all in all, it's just stuff that Jets fans are going to be upset about until Zach Wilson's out there, because we want to hear tweets about Zach Wilson throwing dimes to Elijah Moore already. I'm actually going to be at training camp on Saturday and Monday because they have open training camp to the public, free tickets actually. So I bought 2 tickets. Well, I didn't buy them. I got 2 tickets. And I'll be very upset if Zach Wilson's not there. I'll tell you guys that much. So that's really, unfortunately, the only thing coming out of Jets camp right now. All the buzz and all the hype leading up to training camp is getting thrown out of the door because our young rookie stud quarterback is not even there. So hopefully the contract gets signed. This is something that is definitely frustrating as a Jets fan. It's something that I'm not proud of, and there's nothing really I could be optimistic about other than our backups getting some reps because our QB2 spot's wide open. We have a lot of young guys that are fighting for that position. It's not like we've a proven veteran. But outside of Zach Wilson, you know, what's coming out of Jets training camp to me is just seeing how Robert Saleh and his coaching staff can really, you know, command this guys, and also gotta definitely take a second and mention Greg Knapp, the passing game coordinator, who unfortunately passed away a couple weeks ago. This is devastating news for the New York Jets. I know a lot of Jets fans are very heartwarming, and they got they're wearing a GK patch on their helmets. For those guys that don't know, Greg Knapp has been in the league for over 30 years. He coached guys like Steve Young, Peyton Manning, Mike Vick. He was one of the most respected, you know, quarterback coaches, whisperers for a long time, and we missed him way too soon. He's gone way too soon, and definitely he's, you know, in all of our thoughts, his family. That is definitely something I need to bring up because it's devastating news for the family of him, for the organization, for everybody around Greg Knapp. So rest in peace to Napper. But all in all, the coaching staff was what I'm most excited to see, how they can really maneuver this roster and who's going to make the team. So that's going to segue into the next topic, which is, you know, position battles. So let's talk about some position that you guys feel like is going to be the talk of, you know, training camp for your particular team. So starting off with you, Dan, are there any, you know, positions on the Buffalo Bills that you feel like is going to be all eyes on, that you feel like you don't even know who's going to be a starter, or do you feel you don't know? Let's hear it.
Yeah, so 1,000% it's going to be our CB2 position. There's no question that Trey White's going to be our number 1. That's not a question at this point. But throughout the entire offseason, one of our biggest needs was a CB2. I was hoping that we can go out there and pick up particularly Steven Nelson was super attractive from a Bills defense standpoint. And then Richard Sherman was also somebody that I would have loved to pick up. But I think a door in Seattle would sort of disagree with me at that point. Not really sure where he's going to be going. So now it's coming down to the fact, are we going to ride with Levi Wallace, who has been our starting CB2 for the past 2 years? And by no means has he been terrible. I mean, I think that he's been super effective. He has been known to get burned, especially when we try to run any type of man coverage whatsoever. But we have seen a lot of promise in our second-year rookie. Well, and so he's going into his second year in Dane Jackson, who really ended up showing a bunch of very huge highlights throughout the past couple of games, particularly when we were up like 74-0 against the Miami Dolphins that second game, completely shut down everybody. But a lot of promise is going on in between that group. Right now, I would say that Levi Wallace is probably going to be, I would say, the favorite, just because Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier really put a lot of love on the whole continuity of a defense, especially when it comes right to the team as is. So I'm leaning toward Levi Wallace, but I'm interested to see if Dane Jackson can really have a good camp and take over that CB2 position.
Interesting. CB2 position is the same exact position I'm going to talk about with the Jets. So, TD, what's going on with the Dolphins? Which position groups are you going to be looking at the most during training camp?
I would have to say the wide receiver group right now, because we have 14 wide receivers in camp, and all of them can make the team. A lot of teams will be calling us. We will be trading some of them before camp is over, because a lot of these guys are starters. But we just have too many wide receivers, and like legitimately all of them are good. All of them are talented. And we loaded up in that area. You know what we did in the draft with Waddle. You know that we went and got Will Fuller. Parker's healthy. They started them on PUP because I think they're handling a lot of the guys that were injured last year slowly. Preston Williams will be back. Albert Wilson is coming back from the COVID holdout. Alan Hearns, Kirk Mayer. I mean, it's so many, and they're going to be battling for positions. And whoever doesn't make it, they're just going to trade probably at between now and the beginning of the season. So that's the battle I'm looking forward to seeing because it's going to be very interesting. A lot of these guys are deserving, man, and we've really upgraded that room because last year I thought we had a great room, but everybody was hurt. I mean, for more than half of the season, we were out there with receivers. Like half of our starters were gone. So they addressed that, and that's going to be the battle to watch out for. So I'm excited about it. Wide receivers and cornerbacks if X does get traded.
Interesting. Master, how about you, man? What's going on in Foxborough? Any position battles that you'll be looking out for?
Mostly the receivers too, because like out of all the position spots we have on the roster right now, I think receivers the least that I have to like be like really excited about. Now how is Nelson Aguilar going to fit in the system? N'Keal Harry, he requested a trade like he has the absolute gall, the audacity to request a trade after the performance he's put in since he's been a rookie. The fact that he wants to be traded, the fact that nobody even wants to trade for him because he's a bum, he's a bust. He's like just to put into perspective of how bad he is. He made Cam Newton look good today with one catch. I mean, that just tells you all you need to know. Like, like he doesn't know where he's at most of the time. He's pouting. The good thing is nobody in our like on our team right now is bitching about contracts or anything like that. Besides N'Keal Harry wanting to be traded, which I could care less about. But like I said, we have a lot of players that came back from the COVID opt-out list from last season, like Dante Hightower. You know what I'm saying? So you got Gilmore and Jackson. That's set. Gilmore showed up to camp. You know what I'm saying? Like because this is the last season of his contract, so he's a free agent after this year. So there's no way in hell we're giving him an extension, and there's no reason why he wouldn't play this last year out and go seek free agent money if he performs. So he's on a prove it deal right now. So I have no quarrels about him proving his worth the final year of his contract. I think we have one of the best secondaries in the NFL. Linebacker, like I said, Hightower is coming back. We got Calvin Noy back. He's back home. I know he got sick of losing in Miami. That's one reason why he ended up leaving. So now he knows how to win again. So that's good. Our defensive line, we got David Godchild from the Dolphins. Finally even he said it today. He's like, seems like a different culture, man. It seems like I look at all those banners up there. I want to win. When I was in Miami, it's just like South Beach and that's it. But other than that, man, like I said, I'm really, really excited about the season. Other than that, it's pretty much Mac Jones versus Cam Newton. And from day one, from all the beat reporters, Mac Jones is absolutely far ahead of Cam Newton when it comes to – even the players came out a couple of days ago and said that they were questioning, like they think that Mac Jones is ready. That's how much leadership he already has. He's the first one in, first run out, just like Tom Brady was. And this kid is going to be real, man. I don't care what nobody says. He's the best Alabama quarterback in the past 20 years.
Interesting. So is that a little shot at Tua?
Who's Tua? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You mean Justin Herbert? I mean, I don't acknowledge quarterbacks that can't throw. But
all right,
take all the shots you want, man.
On that note, so I'm going to talk about some position battles for the New York Jets to take a look at. Definitely the cornerback 2 position. The Jets. What they did this offseason at the CB position is very interesting. We did not go out there and get one veteran. We are so young, and we have a lot of inexperience in the secondary outside of the safety position. The safeties, we got Marcus May and LaMarcus Joyner, 2 very proven veterans. But the cornerback position, our CB1's going to be year 2 starter, Bryce Hall, who showed a lot of promise last year. But that CB2 spot's wide open. We drafted like 3 defensive backs, so that's going to be a very open competition. But the reason why I'm comfortable with that situation is because of this 4-3 defense that Robert Saleh is implementing here is all relying on the front seven. And the front seven for this New York Jets team is going to be very good. And I am very confident when I say that. This Jets defensive line is so deep where I can't even describe how excited I am to see what these guys can actually do. The Jets defensive line has always been their strong suit for my entire life, but now we actually have a true pass rusher. That's what we've been missing. We've always had dogs up the middle being able to stop the run, but we've never been able to get to the quarterback. Well, now we got Carl Lawson, who had the same amount of quarterback hits as TJ Watt last year, and he looks like an absolute Superman out there showing up to camp, absolutely ripped out of his mind. And we have CJ Mosley being the lightest he's been in his entire career at 230 pounds, completely slimmed down. You need to be able to do that when you transition from a 3-4 defense to a 4-3 defense as a middle linebacker. So CJ Mosley has a lot to prove as a Jet because we gave him the biggest contract at the time for a linebacker, and he probably had one of the greatest performances I've ever seen from a linebacker. At the time, I thought he was on pace to be the greatest player in the world because I don't know if Dan remembers 2019 against the Buffalo Bills week 1, CJ Mosley in his first half of the New York Jets had a pick six, a fumble recovery, a forced fumble, and a pass deflection in 2 quarters. And I remember looking around like, yo, CJ Mosley, we gave you a contract and you were an absolute baller. You deserve more money. And then he ruptures his groin in the 3rd quarter. And then he's out for the entire season. And then he opts out of the season last year. So we have not got to see CJ Mosley play a full game as a New York Jet. He's the X factor of the defense. If CJ Mosley can get back to his Pro Bowl way, I think the only thing holding CJ back is health. He's not been able to play. Last year, he didn't even get to play at all because he opted out due to COVID. So you can't really say durability is that much of an issue for that. But I'm kind of happy he opted out. I would have opted out if Adam Gase was the head coach. I'd rather CJ Mosley take a year off and get his body right. That was such a waste of a year for the New York Jets. That was just a year for us to get a 2nd overall pick and get a new quarterback in the building. And, there was just no reason for CJ to go out there and just put his body on the line because he's coming off a surgery of his groin that took him a long time. So I'm happy he got a year off his legs, and CJ Mosley is going to be a guy, if he's on the field, that I'm hopeful that will prove to be a top linebacker in the NFL because I'll never forget that moment, week 1 against the Bills. I really felt like he was on pace to have one of the greatest games I've ever seen, and unfortunately got ruined. So that's really the defensive side of things. The offense side of things with the New York Jets, the wide receivers, we've never been this deep. It's really awesome that the Jets actually have depth at the wide receiver position. It's been so long. Our first 3 starting receivers out there in camp today all 3 of them were veterans, and that was Corey Davis, Jameson Crowder, and Keelan Cole. And then the second team was the young studs that I'm excited about for the future, which is Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims, and Braxton Berrios. So it's pretty cool how we actually have 6 guys that I'm comfortable with going into the Jets team because last year the wide receivers were not deep at all and we had so many injuries. So that's really it with the position battles. The one thing that I'm definitely looking out for the most is the cornerback 2 position because that's so up for grabs, so many young players. And the system implemented here with Saleh is all relying on getting to the quarterback because if you can get to the quarterback consistently, it makes the cornerbacks' jobs a lot easier. And that's the type of formation that the Jets are trying to run. We have proven veterans up front, and that's going to make the young guys' jobs easier as we hope. So let's go into the next topic, which is basically talking about the other teams. So Dan, I want you to talk about the Jets, Dolphins, Patriots. Give your overall thoughts, what your expectations is going into them. Do you expect this team to compete for the AFC East title? Obviously, you feel like the Buffalo Bills are going to repeat as the AFC East champion, but give us your thoughts on who's going to finish 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yeah, man. So, I'm just going to go around first and just sort of give my overall thoughts on the team. I'll start off with the Pats. I thought that they had a tremendous free agency. I really, really did. For the first time, Bill Belichick was being really out of character by going out and spending a lot of money and bringing in a lot of talent. With Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith as tight ends, I could just sort of look at that as like the Gronkowski and the Aaron Hernandez days back in the day, really going ahead and trying to build that same formula via the offense by itself. Their defense is back. I know that Patrick Chung ended up retiring after his opted-out season, but Hightower is still an absolute disruptor. Like everything that I would say out of everybody's teams, I would say the number one common denominator of why I objectively am not worried is the quarterback situation for all 3 teams. I definitely like Mac Jones. I do. I like what he did in college, but I'm always skeptical with rookie quarterbacks, right? Not unless you're Patrick Mahomes, who granted only played 1 or 2 games his rookie season. Finding a rookie quarterback, or or so Herbert rather. It's rare for a rookie quarterback to step in and absolutely ball his first season. It takes time to adjust. I would say the Pats' biggest weakness in that department would probably have to be the quarterback and then also wide receivers. What's going on with that? The Miami Dolphins, right? Same thing. I definitely agree with TD. I think that their wide receiver core is tremendous. I would say that they probably have the best. They have the second best wide receiver core in the AFC East next to the Buffalo Bills at this point. But their biggest weakness is hands down going to be their quarterback, right? With Tua. Is he going to be able to take that next step in the second year? It's not impossible. Look what Josh Allen did from his first year to his second year. It happens, right? Once he gets to know the playbook and goes through with that. But I mean, if I was the Dolphins, I would do whatever I can to preserve that secondary and make X happy, whether or not that it needs to be just to sort of restructure his contract and maybe give him a little bit more guaranteed money up front to keep him there. With the wide receivers that this Dolphins team is going to be going up against, especially against the Buffalo Bills, you better make sure that your secondary is damn good, especially with all the weapons that they're going to be facing up against this year on their schedule, because they also have the NFC South. As far as the Jets, right? I think that you guys are definitely taking a step in the right direction. A lot of youth. I think that there's going to be a bit of an adjustment with a new coach in town. Making a transition from Adam Gase is without a doubt going to be an improvement. I see you guys winning a lot more games than you did this year. But once again, I just think that you're young, and I think that your young core is going to take a little bit of time to adjust into the speed of the overall NFL by itself. If I had to guess second, third, fourth place, I'm saying Miami second place. I'm saying the Pats third place, and I'm saying the Jets last. Sorry, Richie.
It's okay, man.
Yeah.
It's expected, man. We're about to prove all the doubters wrong, baby. Right, Jets Nation? Stand up in the chat. We need you. All right, TD, give us your thoughts of your favorite teams in the Patriots, Bills, and Jets.
Dan, you're delusional. Anyway, man, let me start with the Jets, Richie. First off, the only thing Dan said was right is y'all just young, man. Y'all gonna have growing pains. I see y'all ceiling being about 6 wins. Which is not bad. Y'all just have to start to find an identity for your team. You're bringing in a lot of nice pieces, but I think one thing to keep in mind is half of the team that's there today won't even be there in 2 years. As you sift through this process of determining who's valuable and who's not. So I just think, hey, it is what it is. Y'all are in a rebuild, and it's just stages at this point, and you're going to find bright spots, and you're still going to have holes and areas that you need to improve in. And y'all will figure it out. But I look at y'all going legitimately 0-6 in this division this year again. I'm sorry, bro, but it is what it is. All right. I mean, y'all might have a chance to beat Buffalo, but I still give them the nod. All right, man. As far as Dan Mitchell and these delusional Buffalo Bills fans who are as good as Josh Allen's last game every season, which he got blown out, by the way. This kid in the playoffs just trash when it matters most, But anyway, listen, Buffalo, they didn't get better. They just didn't get better. They're trying to address a pass rush with a rookie that isn't even the second best pass rusher to come out of the draft. They just didn't get better. And you know what their weakness is? The same weakness other teams had when they were playing them in the last year. Cornerback. See, as much as people will start to figure Josh Allen out. That whole fantasy world is going to come down just a little. It's still going to be potent. I believe so, but it's going to come down to earth just a little. And the reality is their defense is going to have to step up, but they just won't be able to do it. They're going to need some help in that secondary. They don't have it. They're not good. They're light in the secondary. They're hopeful for a whole bunch of guys, and they're just not going to be good enough. The AFC East just got better when it comes to receivers. The Patriots got 10 times better in the receiving area. The Dolphins definitely got better just from being healthy alone. Then you add Fuller and Waddle. They're going to have a lot of shootouts, but the defenses on other teams also got better. So this whole thing, we better make sure we find a way to make X happy. You just don't pay attention to us. We've built this team to absorb the loss of him eventually. And that time has come. the run game is where we really struggled last year, and we've solidified that, bringing in Bernard McKinney from Houston. And Bernard McKinney from Houston. You know, don't worry, you'll find out. Elandon Roberts coming back. And also Jalen Phillips on the edge, the best pass rusher coming out of the draft. The guy y'all wish y'all had instead of his, what I want to call now, backup that y'all drafted from Miami. His backup. That's what I want to say now, okay? So at the end of the day, we'll dominate Buffalo again, but you know what? Buffalo's going to get 11 wins this year. Congratulations, Dan. You're fighting for the wild card. Okay.
So first off, all right. So let the record reflect that TD just said a secondary that has Jordan Poyer, Mike
trash
is a weakness of ours.
Trash. All I heard was trash.
Bro,
all
listen,
I heard was trash.
Yo, bro, listen. I can say one.
Your secondary
thing,
better than ours?
Dolphins,
is your secondary better than ours?
Without X, yeah. And so without X,
there y'all without X, get out of here. With or without him, y'all ain't better. All right. And match their works. What can I say, man? The Patriots have gotten better. Everybody knows that. And if they were smart, they'd actually just go ahead and roll the dice with Mac Jones. Go ahead and put the kid out there because, in my opinion, he might have that Herbert type potential. He might be able to open it up and light people up early on, not the Dolphins. But I say you just roll with Herbert and move on from this Cam train, man. Not Herbert, I mean Mac Jones. Just go ahead and get Mac Jones on the field and proceed at the end of the day. But their receiving core got better. Their defense, what's going to happen with the secondary? Are they going to be able to keep they having a corner issue as well from a contract standpoint? But all of our teams basically got better. And I see the Patriots actually winning about 9 games this year. Still not good, still not enough. The Brady era is over. And there you have it. That's my take on all 3 of y'all trash teams, pretty much. So we're number 1 in the division. So order Miami, Buffalo probably doesn't get in. The coach probably get the last spot, with 11 wins. And then the Patriots, then the Jets. That's my take.
Interesting.
Trash secondary.
All right, so Master, you want to give us your thoughts of the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins going into the season?
It's hard to really rank the Jets, to be honest with you, just because they have they just completely turned over their entire team, new coach and everything.
Yep.
So the Bills, they brought everyone back, obviously. So, like I said, it's hard to really take because they got the same team. So their ceiling has to be Super Bowl.
Same
you know
team.
what I mean? Like they have to win this, not win it, but at least get to a Super Bowl. I don't think they'll be bad, but who knows? Like I said, they did it one year in a year where everybody else was dealing with all types of stuff, especially with the Patriots, with the new system and everything, with COVID and everything. So, as far as the Dolphins go, I mean, I've already seen it online. They're already going to blame the offensive line when Tua doesn't do anything this season. They're already they're going to use the same excuses that they did for Tannehill for Tua. It's just literally kicking the bucket down the road every time they get a new quarterback. If it's not the quarterback, it's the offensive line. If it's not the offensive line, it's the same thing. They already got their excuses made up. And not only that, they don't even have a 1,000-yard receiver on their damn roster from last season. Will Fuller, he's known for dropping passes. If you look at all his best plays, he's always pulled up small in small moments. And if you look at his stats with Deshaun Watson, they weren't really that good either. I mean, you're banking on rookie Jalen Waddle, and their running game, Myles Gaskin, bro, they have absolutely no running game whatsoever. I mean, they're banking on a bunch of rookies and a second-year starter to get to the playoffs. Like I said, they're having problems in the locker room with Xavier Howard. And that's gonna completely fold the locker room right there because that's their best player on defense. And if he's not happy, then nobody's gonna be happy. So I mean, yeah, they have a solid defense, but that's the same defense that gave up 50 plus points.
Yeah, see what happens when he starts talking crazy every time.
Right when he was about to go on a tangent about you too.
He hates. He's just the ultimate Dolphin hater, man. And by the way, we run running backs by committee, just like the Patriots did when they were winning all those Super Bowls.
That's exactly what the Jets will be doing this year about damn time. Hey.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the Patriots 1. I got the Bills number 2. I got the Jets at number 3. And I got the Dolphins finishing last.
Let's go, Master. First one given the Jets.
And I don't know if the last thing you heard, what was the last thing you heard me say?
Your team
before I got
sucks.
interrupted or whatever?
Your team sucks.
No, for real though. What was the last thing? Because I want to make sure you heard everything.
No, we heard it all, man. You're going on and on about the Dolphins.
Bro, y'all haven't won. Listen, y'all haven't won a division since Brady tore his ACL, bro. Y'all haven't won a playoff game since Jay Fiedler. Y'all, out of every team in this division, like the Jets have been to AFC Championship games, the Bills have been to AFC Championship game, and we won Super Bowl. The Miami Dolphins haven't done anything.
It's our
nothing,
time now.
Bro.
It's
our
time
you
now.
Can't have anybody believe you, like, and take you seriously. You don't like. I don't understand the logic. You're banking on a rookie, like a second-year quarterback, that everyone is saying he's a bust because y'all took the wrong quarterback, bro. And then, like I said, you don't even have a 1,000-yard receiver on your roster.
This year,
like, where did you
everything
upgrade?
we need. This year will prove everything we need to prove, man. You'll see. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you and your trash team.
I mean, you say it every year, bro. I mean, I just don't understand. Like you're pretty much
just like last year. Just like last year, you say we win 4 games,
but you didn't make the playoffs, so it doesn't even matter.
Though. We won 10 though. Stop that mess. Yeah, you couldn't have been.
Even if you win 10 games and miss the playoffs, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Look how off you were. 4 and 10 is night and day.
And you said you were going what, 12-4?
Hey, I was at least closer than you were.
But you said you were going to win a division and make the playoffs.
We were closer than you were.
I mean, either you win or you lose. There is no bronze.
Yeah,
there is no bronze medal in the NFL, bro. There's no silver and bronze medal. Either you win it all or you're a loser. That's the mentality you got to go with.
I agree with that. We got 4 losers up here right now because all 4 of our teams didn't win it all.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Patriots sucked last year. We were losers.
Yep. Buffalo
But you know what the difference between me and everybody else? I've seen my team win multiple Super Bowls. You haven't. You haven't even seen win a playoff game.
You better hold on to those 40 years from now, because that's.
And what are y'all holding on to? What are y'all holding on to?
Super Bowls we're about to get right now.
Oh, okay. I love it, TD. I love it. Bring it, bro. Week one, your ass is on deck.
Demolished.
Week 1, that ass is on deck.
First of all, who's the starting quarterback week 1?
Matt Jones is going to be starting quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see. You
want Cam Newton to be the starting quarterback, right?
No. I don't care. It don't matter. Whoever it is,
you lost to Cam Newton last season, so you better. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah,
you lost to Cam week 1 last year.
Half of the team broke down and stuff.
Oh my! So we didn't have half the team out there too with the opt-outs.
It don't matter. This year is all.
We bringing everyone back. Everyone's back, and you got the wrong McCourty twin too, TD. You got the wrong one.
He was brought in for depth to begin with, and he's actually at least he brings quality to the team. You act like
you're right. Maybe he can bring a little. Maybe he can show you his Super Bowl ring, and maybe he'll rub off on the rest of your trash roster.
You act like that man is an ultimate.
It didn't work last year when Kyle Van Noy was there, so
it don't matter, and that's why we shipped him back to New England. Right back. Hey, don't worry about it. This week 1, we gonna take care of business. Then week 2, Buffalo gonna get theirs too. It's that simple. 2-0, baby. That's all you need to know. 2-0. Week 1 and week 2, it is a wrap. Y'all have no shot in the gun range, man.
6-11. Miami's going 6-11 this season.
Oh, this man, you know you're delusional. First of all, we got the 5th easiest schedule in the NFL. I don't know how y'all's.
What does that mean?
We got the 5th easiest schedule in the NFL based off of last year.
Yeah, because y'all are easy.
Yeah, whatever, man.
All right, now it's my turn to talk about your teams, because why not? Am I right? So who should I start with first?
Just get me out the way, Richie. Get me out the way.
All right, you start off with me. I'll start off with you, TD. So TD, the Miami Dolphins. I think the biggest thing about the Miami Dolphins right now is Tua. I think he's the X factor of the entire team. The quarterback is the most important position of all sports. And Tua's coming off a rookie season where he didn't, come onto the scene and show that he's a franchise quarterback. But at the same time, he didn't show up and say, I'm an absolute bum. I feel like he has a lot of opportunities to show, because I feel like Miami Dolphins fans, there's some people that really are sold on Tua right now, and there's some Miami Dolphins fans that want him to prove them that you are the guy, and there's some Miami Dolphins fans that don't think he's the guy at all. So Tua has a lot of proving to do to not only Dolphins fans, but the rest of the NFL. I think the Dolphins have a lot to work with this whole X situation. I don't know if they're actually going to trade him. Is he going? I know that he's like showing up to training camp, but he's not, doesn't want to be there. So it's a little awkward situation, kind of similar with the whole Deshaun Watson situation where he's in training camp, but he doesn't want to be there. It's really weird. So I think this is a big test for the Miami Dolphins. They're coming off a season where they, I feel like they exceeded expectations. They won 10 games, and they really won those games simply because they had one of the best passing defenses in the league. But the best corner on your team wants out. So that's going to be interesting. I know that they prepared for this moment. They're very deep at the corner position, and Brian Flores knows how to manipulate the defense. So I really am excited to see what they can do offensively too. I feel like Jalen Waddle is going to be an exciting guy. And like I said, I just think they're, the biggest X factor is Tua. What can Tua do as an NFL quarterback? He hasn't proven that yet, and you can't expect a rookie to go out there and prove it. Not every rookie's going to have a Justin Herbert type of year, even though Zach Wilson's about to. I'm just kidding. But, I feel like the Miami Dolphins, they definitely have a lot to prove. I feel like it's a disappointment if they go anything below 10 wins, because that means they've regressed from last year. And they have an extra game. They have an extra game this year to do that. So just get into the New England Patriots. The Patriots are very interesting. They actually have a brand new team, and Dan said it best. They spent a lot of money, something that Bill Belichick is not used to. He saw his partner in crime, Tom Brady, win the Super Bowl without him, and he's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And Bill Belichick went out there and he made some moves, spent some money, got some real name players here. They got some players coming back on defense like Dante Hightower, and their defense is going to be legit. I feel like the Patriots defense always shows up. They always have the system in place where, over the past decade plus, they've always had the system where no matter who's in there, defensively speaking, it works. Offensively, I feel like a lot of that had to do with Tom Brady because he elevated anybody that was out there wearing the Patriots jersey around them. But I feel like the Patriots defense is going to keep them in a lot of games. And obviously the big question mark with the Patriots is, again, Mac Jones. Is he the starter? Is Cam Newton the starter? I feel like if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm pounding the table for Mac Jones because you don't want Cam Newton out there. He's not your future. He's not going to do anything for you guys for the future. So you want Mac Jones to go out there. Is this the guy for the future or not? So it's going to be interesting to see what the Patriots can do because if they do start Mac Jones, then there's going to be some rookie competition. Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones, week 2 potentially for the home opener. I'll be at that game, so I'll say what up to Mac Jones for you, Master. So, I think the Patriots have an interesting season coming off, a little disappointing year. A lot of injuries did not go their way. First year without Brady, and you go out there and see Brady win a Super Bowl without you. But I know a lot of Patriots fans are rooting for that to happen. So now getting to the Buffalo Bills, not going to lie, they definitely didn't approve, in my opinion. I don't feel like they made anything where you're like, wow, the Bills got even better. They had the same team. But the thing about that last year, the Buffalo Bills were a darn game football team last year. You can't just say that they weren't. They went to the AFC Championship game. They were going up against the Kansas City Chiefs and lost to Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen had a season that nobody expected. Absolutely nobody expected this to happen. Year 1, Josh Allen had an okay rookie season. Bills fans are like, okay, Josh Allen, there's potential. Year 2, he made a little growth. He didn't really have any, star games yet. You can see the throw powers there. You can see the potential, but he's not consistent. Year 3, he shows up and he proved to be, a top 5, top 7 quarterback in the NFL based on that season last year. Last year, statistically, he played like a top 5 quarterback. Will that continue? Was that a fluke? We don't know. Was Stephon Diggs had a lot to do with it? Yes. I think if it wasn't for Stephon Diggs, that wouldn't have happened. But that's not a knock on Josh Allen. That's a nod to the Bills front office and the organization for surrounding their young quarterback with talent. Something that the Jets refrained to do for Sam Darnold, but they're not making that mistake with Zach Wilson because the offense that we have around him now is going to be absolutely fun to watch. But I feel like the Buffalo Bills, they have a lot to prove simply because they're bringing everyone together. Obviously, you don't want to compare a Super Bowl champion, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers They won it all, and they won the big game, and they found out a way to bring the band back together. They got everybody back on this team, and that's kind of what the Buffalo Bills did. They made some, veteran moves, acquisitions, but the Bills are basically running it back with the same squad. So I feel like the X factor for them is Josh Allen going to be the same quarterback? Is he going to be that star quarterback? You guys have no idea how much it hurt me watching Josh Allen light it up last year, especially going through, Sam Darnold and Josh Allen debates my whole life, living upstate New York at Brockport for college. And I would just be in debates all day and now have to swallow the truth that I was completely wrong. Josh Allen is miles ahead better than Sam Darnold, but it's okay. We won't talk about that. So the Buffalo Bills, they definitely have to, the expectation should be win the AFC East again. They're defending champions. They went all the way to the big game in the AFC Championship, and they should want to go back to that game. But the biggest question mark for them, I think, is their defensive line going to be improved? Because that was a big weakness. They couldn't stop the run. Is their offensive line going to be able to protect Josh Allen? Are they going to be able to establish a running game, or are they just going to continue to just throw the ball 50 times a game? Because that's what Josh Allen's known to be great at. So I do expect the Buffalo Bills to win the division again this year. But we will see. I feel like all teams have improved and are trending in the right direction. So yeah, that's my thoughts of your guys' teams right there. So we got around 15 minutes left. We actually have a special guest that I'm realizing is in the live chat right now with us. Frankie from U Stadium is going to join us and talk about some offset language. What's good, Frankie?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
What's up, Frankie?
What's up, man?
What's
Glad
on,
to have
boys?
you in, bro.
I haven't seen you guys in a while. What's the deal?
What's up, man? So Frankie you're a Jets fan, am I right?
Dude, look at this shirt, man. Look at this shirt, baby. Let's go.
Well, we got another Jets fan in the house.
Let's go.
Let's go. I love it. So
Zach Wilson's the one. I'm telling you guys right now. He's the one. We're gonna hit on this one.
All right, let him know. Let him know why Zach Wilson's the one, and let him know what everything's going on with the Zach Wilson situation with the offset language in the contract.
All right. Well, Zach Wilson's the one because his game fits perfectly for the NFL the way it's structured today. Can't touch receivers, and he's got a beautiful arm. I mean, he's got a Rodgers-like arm. So receiver's going to be running free all day. That boy can put the ball anywhere on the field. Match made in heaven. As long as he doesn't get nervous in the pocket, he's off, baby. 4,500 yards, year 2, 37 touchdowns. MVP candidate. Book it.
Holy
year
shit.
2,
I
not
love
year
it.
1.
Get the
Hey, I love that. You know what? We got to hear TD saying the Miami Dolphins are going 20-0, they win the Super Bowl. I think Frankie's allowed to go up there and say Zach Wilson's going
that's more realistic.
And
That's
in
more
year
realistic.
2. Remember, he said year 2. He didn't say this year. I love that prediction, Frankie, because I always said,
Super Bowl,
if you guys
baby.
don't know what offense the Jets are running this year, our offensive coordinator is the younger brother of the head coach for the Green Bay Packers. So we have Mike LaFleur. Mike LaFleur has been with Kyle Shanahan his entire life. He was there in Atlanta when they went to the Super Bowl. He was there in San Francisco when they went to the Super Bowl. So now we're bringing that offensive scheme here. There's not one piece of history in the NFL where this offense has went somewhere and it's failed. History repeats itself. And I saw a stat, and we will see if it happens. Year 1 with this system implemented for a franchise, they average around 20, 24 points per game. Year 2 with this system is where the offense absolutely explodes. And remember, the Jets have 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks next year's draft as well. So they're only going to get better youthly-wise speaking. So I feel like the Jets, offensively speaking, this year they're going to make a big growth. They're going to show up to the NFL and say, hey, we're actually not incompetent. We're not a joke of the NFL. We actually know how to get a first down. We're not going to throw a screen pass on 3rd and 10. We're not going to be conservative and be an absolute nightmare of an offense. We're actually going to put up points. And then I feel like year 2 in this system, which is 2 years from now, that's when this offense could potentially become very, very good. And I mean, obviously the big X factor is Zach Wilson. Is he the guy? Is he actually going to live up to the expectations? He has the fluid arm. He has the arm talent. He has the precise thinking. He has the mentality, but could he put it all together? Can he handle the pressure? It's a lot of question marks surrounding it. Obviously, there's question marks surrounding every single rookie. So obviously we're allowed to talk about Jets fans as our team and, high hopes. I feel like we're allowed to do that. We've been through 2 years of absolute nightmare with Adam Gase. So I feel like Frankie and I, we're allowed to say the Jets are about to go crazy next year. Why not? We're not saying this year. We're being a little realistic. TD, what do you think about that take? Are we a little ahead of ourselves?
Stop, Richie.
Oh, okay. You telling me to stop?
Stop.
You're telling me to stop?
How many games did I say y'all will win, Richie?
Okay, we're in 5 games this year. 6, you said.
Yeah, I said 6. You just
That's
brought
the
it.
over under right there. That's
Okay,
6.
so
You
so
just
how many
brought
games
it.
are winning next?
You just
not
brought
this
it
year,
down
next
to
year.
5, by the way. Next year,
2 years.
I give you 7.
Oh,
Nope.
That's improvement.
Yeah, that's improvement. We taken the league over in 2 years. That's all I got to say. Dan, what are your thoughts about the Jets after hearing Frankie and I just go crazy on them and just being actually excited? Aren't you just happy that I have a smile on my face, Dan? Can you just appreciate that I'm not sitting in this dark hole of depression like I did all of last year?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like I would say after week 6, bro, like you were never the same. I thought that like you just like lost your personality. Like I thought that you were too far gone after a while, man. But you know what? Listen, I'm loving the optimism. I really, really am. I mean, last year when I was telling everyone that Josh Allen was about to go off and light up the league, everyone thought that I was insane. And let me tell you what, there's very few feelings on this earth that feel better than being right. Okay. So I really hope for you guys, for the sake of just your optimism going into it. I mean, I like Zach Wilson. I really, really do. I actually ended up getting to see him play. I went to Coast Carolina University and we actually beat them, which was fantastic. I did get to see Zach Wilson play. Still an absolute stud, tremendous arm strength. Like I said, I mean, I think that there's always a lot of question marks, especially looking at your like very young core. I love Saleh. I really do. I think that was a tremendous move from your front office, bringing him in. I just think that it's going to take a little bit of time to start getting into it. And I do see y'all being a threat next year. This year, improvement. But next year, I do see y'all being a threat in the AFC.
defenses are tough in the division too. I mean, you got to play
Right.
against the Patriots and Buffalo. Your defense is stout, and Dolphins have. I agree with TD there, the best secondary in the division. So it's going to be tough for Zach.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah, it's a defensive-minded division now after Robert Saleh being hired. And I just feel like that's a reasonable assessment because I feel like, Dan, TD, and Master, when all three of you guys talk about the Jets, you all said the same thing. You're very young. You're inexperienced. You can't expect them to do anything this year. Well, yeah, and you are 100% correct, which is why I have so much optimism about next year because the young guys are going to get the experience this year. They're going into the same system a year after that. And we got so many guys on rookie contracts that are building this team properly through the draft. And I'm just very optimistic about this team. I really am. And the biggest the best thing I could say about this Jets team is definitely just Robert Saleh, man. Every time I see the man, I'm just like, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's what Adam Gase does. It really does. I mean, Robert Saleh hasn't done anything for the Jets yet. He hasn't coached a game. He's a rookie head coach. But all I ever wanted from a head coach is someone that I can look at and be proud. That guy is a real football coach. People are going to want to play for him. They're going to want to do everything in their power to, satisfy my head coach. And I feel like the Jets got the guy. I really do believe that. But we shall see. So we got around just over 5 minutes remaining in the roundtable. Anybody in the chat want to let us know what you want to talk about, or what do you guys want to discuss before we end the stream, before we're back next week? Anybody have anything to say?
In the comment? Oh, well, I'll just say this, man. It's going to be a heck of a season in this division.
Mm-hmm.
It really will be a lot of clashes. Like, I mean, teams got better, except Buffalo, but we all got better, I just think the Dolphins making improvements and the Patriots making improvements. We're going to be knocking each other's heads off all of our teams. And it's going to be a slugfest. And the tough part about it is our division is probably going to be tougher than it seems because we may be beating up on each other, which would suppress the recognition that a lot of people give the division. So time will tell, but I truly, truly believe that Buffalo takes a step back this year. It's going to happen. I'm telling y'all.
All right.
Mark my words.
So, I mean, I can't end this without addressing with what he says. Now, I mean, I feel like the common theme of this entire debate so far has been like, oh, well, Buffalo hasn't gotten better, and I would have to disagree. Maybe not from a personnel standpoint, but from a continuity point, from a chemistry point, from the point that we have the exact same coaching staff, head coach, an offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. The teams that we can't get past, number one, the Chiefs. That's the only team that we can't get past. We now have experience with that team. Okay.
Y'all ain't beat nobody last year.
Hey, this is 2021, dog.
Exactly.
This is 2021. It's not 2020. And you didn't beat us, and you had 2 chances last year. So where's that logic going? What I'm saying is this. With the continuity and the chemistry, the Buffalo Bills are going to not only make the AFC Championship again this year, they're going to win it, and they're going to the Super Bowl. The Buffalo Bills are going to be 2021, 2022 Super Bowl champions this year. You heard it here first.
Boom!
We're winning.
Did y'all watch the AFC Championship game?
Hey, listen, brother, we got the book
demolished. Didn't even look like y'all. Oh,
and hey, bro, we got the book now. And hey, man, we got the book against them. And hey, man, Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier, they got the book on the Chiefs.
Who?
Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier, the 2 coaches that beat you twice last year by significant margin.
Tell them try it again.
Listen, week 2, bro. Oh my God, I cannot wait to see you in a Bills jersey again for the 2nd year in a row.
Hey, what was the bet?
Making a poster of it. In fact,
what was the bet?
No, TD. What I'm gonna do? No, what was the bet, guys? I think that I need to check out the receipts. Oh, this is what I said. I said, and I'm giving TD a handicap because I feel bad for his blind optimism.
Oh my God!
I said that if the Buffalo Bills beat the Dolphins and Josh Allen throws for over 300 yards, then he needs to wear a Bills shirt. But if the Buffalo Bills lose to the Dolphins, then I need to wear a Dolphins shirt. But if the Buffalo Bills win and Josh Allen doesn't throw for 300 yards, nothing happens at all. So I gave TD a handicap.
I didn't need a handicap. That bum ain't going to have a game over 30 yards this year.
Hey, listen, dude, read the receipts. Watch that last AFC Championship video. You only took my bet when I gave you a handicap, and I said Josh Allen also needs to throw 300 yards.
Now you fabricating, man.
Hey, listen, someone pull up the receipts.
Listen, all I know is your quarterback is a bum of all bums. He threw a few little passes last year. Then he get exposed in the AFC Championship game. The man is trash. A broke clock is right twice a day. And it was that time of day last year. Period.
You know what I think I'm going to do, TD? Listen, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I've been trying to rack my brain of new merch ideas for my merch store. And I think I'm going to take the picture of you in a Bill shirt and make it a coffee cup. And then me and you can split the profits for that too.
Wow.
Just because. Oh, no. Actually, I will give you all the profits because just the smile on my face, it will be worth it.
It won't sell.
It will sell. It will sell.
The boy is trash. Josh Allen is trash, man. You need to just get over.
Get a Tua turns the ball over jersey or shirt.
Oh, yeah, dude. I think that I'm just going to start making the Dolphins or trash merch.
He was so trash that he overthrew a fan today. Pretty bad. Overthrew a fan in the stands.
Who's going to be a better quarterback, Tua or Josh Allen in their career?
Oh, come on. What kind of question is that, bro?
Definitely.
Tua's not going to be in the league in 3 years.
TD,
he'll be Mac Jones's water boy.
TD, you haven't brought up Deshaun Watson at all today. What's up, man?
I'm just waiting on the trade to come through.
Oh, so you're over Tua. You're all in on Deshaun.
No. First of all,
oh,
it's not like that. The thing is, that's all come to reality. If you didn't have a franchise quarterback yet, and you had somebody that you're hoping that's going to be one, and you don't know yet, we're talking about a top 5 talent in the league, period. You have your answers from this is the guy that actually beat Josh Allen. This is the guy that at least went toe-to-toe with the Patriots. Lost, but went toe-to-toe. So, you got to explore that. And now they're talking about conditional picks just in case he gets suspended. So that's all out there as well. People offering conditional picks. For his services. So that's going to be interesting. But we did find out today that the Patriots inquired about him before the draft. And that was interesting to me.
I don't want him.
Yeah, we know you don't until you have him. You always flip gears. What did he say about Mac Jones before the draft, y'all? And we better not get that bum Mac Jones. Then all of a sudden they draft him. He's the best. Boy, I tell you, man, that works.
We got a generous donation from A. Mitch.
Listen, I don't want Deshaun Watson anywhere near our masseuses, bro.
Are they all for Robert Kraft? Are all of them for Robert Kraft? Is that what it is?
Let me read this generous donation from A. Mitch real quick. Great show, Rich.
You're right. He might fit in. He might fit in, man. I don't know.
Such madness. Hilarious. So A. Mitch is calling you out, TD. He's saying that you talk like you're going on the field, such madness, but it's hilarious. Go Jets, but Bills will win the East. Great show.
Thanks, A. Mitch.
Appreciate you, A. Mitch.
I don't.
Is it?
No. It's not.
The problem with the Bills, the problem with the Bills is like y'all literally won a division in like the most chaotic season in NFL history, bro. Like we didn't just go through a whole pandemic. Like players didn't even show up and play because of it. Like y'all got a COVID banner, division champs COVID year. Like, can you do it when every other team doesn't have these limitations, bro? That's the problem. Can you do it?
Nope.
We got another donation from Jay Snake. Josh Allen, only player in history with 4,000 plus passing yards, 35 plus passing touchdowns, and 5 plus rushing touchdowns in a season.
No, that is not true. In a losing season.
Well, what? Super Bowl.
If you're not first, you're last. That's all that matters. Buffalo can't take nothing from last year. They can sit there and be happy about going to the playoffs and losing in the AFC Championship all they want. You didn't win a Super Bowl. There's no difference from being the Jets last year. Just like the Dolphins, it ain't no difference from being the Jets. If you're not first, you're last. Period. Buffalo's trash.
Yep, that's true. Ask the Chiefs if they had a good season last year.
He's gonna start hating the Jets, and I cannot wait for that.
I'm gearing up, Richie. I'm gearing up because you're getting a little bit too confident now.
Hating on the Jets, baby.
Don't worry,
right
it's
now
coming.
You're like, I don't care about those Jets. They're young.
It's gonna be funny as hell watching Richie go through the same thing that he did last year.
Oh yeah, you wish. If Adam Gase was still here, I'd be agreeing with you guys.
Hey, I give you week 7 this year, Richie. Week 7, you'll be on you'll be on the streams like this.
I'll tell you this: the only way I'm like that is if we're just decimated with injuries. That's the only way. If our entire team gets hurt, that's the only way that happens. Promise you that. So that's gonna wrap up the AFC East Roundtable. We are back. It is the premiere of season 2, I would like to call it. This is the second season that we are doing this AFC East Roundtable. Stay tuned for more. If you guys are not subscribed to all the channels, make sure you do so down below in the description and like the stream if you guys did not already. That would mean a lot. How many likes do we got on this? 121. Let's get this to 150 before the stream is up. If you guys enjoyed it, smash that thumbs up button. We appreciate each and every one of you guys and all the trolls out there in the chat.
Where are we next week?
Roasting my Jets. It's okay. Let it all out now. Where are we at next? I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
We'll be on Dan's channel. Oh no, Dan, because we're rotating like that because he was a division. Yeah. And then it's TD. Then it's me.
Unfortunately.
All right, so we're in Bills Mafia territory next week. I'm actually gonna be on vacation, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But it's okay, we'll figure that out. All right, guys, we're gonna go around the table one more time, say our final goodbyes, and where you guys got going on your channels because it's been a while. So Dan, you wanna say your finals goodbyes to everyone in the chat?
Yeah, for sure. Guys, listen, thank you for tuning in to the first episode of season 2 of the AFC East Roundtable. We have a lot of very good things in the works for all of you. We're definitely trying to improve the show going into season 2 with a bunch of new segments, etc. It's going to be a good time, some interesting guests. So make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. It's definitely going to be worth it. On my end, it's finally the season, right? So now I'm really just going to be reporting heavy on training camp. I'm definitely bringing back my live game reactions. I know a lot of you Dolphins fans like hopping in and trolling me during a lot of them. So I look forward to all of that.
We coming.
And yo, listen, I am moving into my new house tomorrow.
Nice.
I am building a studio, my guys. So
wait, where's your house?
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I'm not going to have a blank wall anymore. Like, I'm hoping to, sort of, make my studio, like, a mix of, Richie's and TD's. But it's obviously with Bill's stuff. So, I mean, that's in the works. Hopefully, I'll have it all ready to go.
Where are you moving again, Dan?
So, I built a house in South Carolina, just up the road.
Nice.
So, yeah, dude. It's exciting, but it's what it is.
How close are you to Charlotte?
3 hours.
How far are you from Kingstree?
Kingstree, hour 45 minutes, I'd say.
All right.
Damn. I'm
Yeah.
going to I'm actually flying to Charlotte for the Jets-Panthers game. I'm going to be watching Sam Darnold versus Zach Wilson live, and I'm really nervous for that. But I was going to say we should meet up, but it's all good. All right, TD,
Yeah.
what's going on with your channel, man?
Just having fun, man. I think the fan base is just so excited. We're gonna have this Lombardi, man. So we just been doing some great things. I'll be at training camp on Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All right, I will be at training camp all 5 days, live play-by-play coverage.
Are you part of the media? Did they give you credentials?
No, I will be well, it's through season tickets. You know, you're able to reserve. Right now I only have media credentials for the off-field things like the community events and things like that. So working my way up, baby. We'll get there, all right? But yeah, man, I'll be at camp. Things will be fun, man. And at the end of the day, man, it's all love. I love all you guys. I appreciate all y'all. We have a lot of fun. The only thing that I don't, joke about is Buffalo sucks, man. They just suck. Okay?
You know you can't stand a franchise when you can't start bringing them up. Master, what you got going on your side, man?
Well, I'm getting back into the football swing of things, so it'll be nothing but football content going forward on my channel. So don't be talking to me about no EDP. Like I said, I dropped a hype video for the NFL season coming up. NFL Meme Time is going to return. Man. I'm going to do what TD does. I'm going to start streaming more. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I can get my schedule set up. So I'm going to start getting to the streaming game. I'm still going to put out the same content as I did last year, but you know what I'm saying? I can't wait till week 1. I appreciate you guys, you know what I'm saying, for holding it down during the off season or whatever. And my boy, Dear Pats Nation, Ray. And just know that I'm fully back now. You know what I mean? I'm committed. And hopefully we'll have a lot of fun like we did last season. Well, more fun because now I think the Patriots are actually going to do something this season as long as we can get rid of Scam Newton. But, yeah, man, that's all I got to say. It's just subscribe.
Get rid of Scam Newton. How about you, Frankie? What's going on with you, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm getting this party ready for Zach Wilson's return, baby, and it's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, Zach Wilson will sign, so you heard it here first. So get those really beers ready for tomorrow. But no, everything's good, man. U Stadium, we're rocking out, building some cool stuff for the football season. So if you don't have the U Stadium app, get on that. We got a sick feature coming out. This like user created prop betting thing we're gonna do with common pools and stuff. It's gonna be pretty sick. So yeah, just been working on the tech stuff. And yeah, if you don't follow us on Instagram, give us a shout at U Stadium. And I appreciate you guys for letting me on, as always.
Awesome.
Of course. That's awesome. So this is Richie. As you guys know, I run Jets Media. I've been posting a lot daily content, player profiles, training camp, recaps. So much content's coming. I'm going to be at Jets training camp Saturday and Monday. So I'm going to try to give you guys a play-by-play scenario on Twitter. If any Jets fans are watching, you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you do so because that's where I'm the most active. I try to bring that the most as I can possible. Hopefully Zach Wilson will be signed by then because if he's not there when I'm there, I will be livid. But the Jets are different this year. We're about to put the league on notice. This man is a future superstar in Elijah Moore. Remember the name. And I love you all. Everybody in the chat, shout out. Shout out to my boy, Nick. I love you, Nick. Shout out to Jets Nation, Bills Mafia, Fins Up, and all the Patriots fans. Everybody that shows Jets Media love. I don't care what fandom you do. Even if you talk crap to me in the chat or if you talk crap to the Jets, I still love you. It's all love. Peace out. Let's go, Jets. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Bills